Hello everyone, this is Sam from Language Atlas, and in this video I'd like to show you the Italian B1 vocabulary Anki deck. In this video, we will go over three things. First, I'd like to show you the course structure of the Italian B1 vocabulary Anki deck. Second, I'd like to show you the course content, and I will do so by showing you three decks within the overall Italian B1 vocabulary Anki deck. And third, I'd like to show you some brief editing options. So let's get started with the first point, which is to show you the course structure. Now, normally double click on Anki deck to open it. However, I've already done so. Now, over here, you can see the Italian B1 vocabulary Anki deck. Inside it are 8 chapters: pronouns, conjunctions, verbs, nouns, adjectives, adverbs, prepositions, and determiners. Now, if you go to chapter 4 nouns, you can see there's a little plus icon in front of it. If you click on it, you can see that there are 20 subdecks inside it. They range from academia and intellect, animals, arts and entertainment, all the way to time, maths and numbers, and transportation. Now, what I have done is that I've categorized all the different words inside the chapter 4 nouns deck, and that you can see them right over here. So you can look at academia and intellect if you want to practice that. You can do animals if you want to practice that. You can do arts and entertainment if you want to practice that. Or you can do people if you want to practice that. Whatever category, whatever theme you wish to practice, you are able to do so. Now, that was my first point. Now I'd like to go to my second point, which is to show you the course content. Now, I mentioned before that I'd like to show 3 Anki decks. And I've chosen 3 because I think it gives you a good overview of what to expect when you get the Italian B1 vocabulary Anki deck. We will look at chapter 4 nouns, home. We will look at chapter 5 adjectives. And we will look at chapter 3 verbs. So let's get started with home. I will click on study now. And right over here, we can see our first card. We can see an Italian sentence with 2 blanks. You can see the English translation of it. The ceiling of my room is painted in blue. And you see the visual representation of the Italian sentence. Now, what's interesting over here is that the ceiling is bolded and underlined. So it is our job to know what the ceiling is in Italian. And the picture is here so you can get a visualization of the sentence and also for you to form a link with the sentence in your mind. This will help you better remember it. So let's see, what is the ceiling in Italian?
Il soffitto della mia stanza è dipinto di blu. Il soffitto, un soffitto. I soffitti.
Great. So let's get started with the first area over here. Now this is a sentence area. You can see that this is the sentence and this is what we've been looking for. Now what's interesting is that this noun is in blue. Why is this? Because it's a masculine noun. Italian is a gendered language. All nouns are either masculine or feminine, and the masculine nouns are in blue and the feminine nouns are in pink. And this will allow you to better remember the gender of nouns. So underneath that, we have the IPA notation. And this is here so you can better pronounce the Italian sentences. Underneath that, we have the English translation. And if you can click on this icon over here, you can hear the audio again.
Il soffitto della mia stanza è dipinto di blu.
Now, underneath this, we have the noun area, and to be more precise, the singular noun area. We have the definite and indefinite form of the noun, we have the IPA notation of the noun, and we have the translation. And if you click on this,
Il soffitto, un soffitto.
you can hear the audio again. Finally, we have a plural noun area. So it's the plural noun, IPA notation, and translation.
I soffitti.
Great. So that is the setup when it comes to nouns. Let's have a look at another card. I use a microfiber cloth to clean my computer screen. A cloth.
Io uso un panno di microfibre per pulire lo schermo del computer. Il panno, un panno. I panni.
Great. So as you can tell, it's the same setup, sentence area, singular, plural, and this part is in blue because it's masculine. Let's do another one. The shower curtain is ripped and needs to be replaced. The curtain.
La tenda della doccia è strappata e deve essere sostituita. La tenda, una tenda. Le tende.
Great. Now, what's interesting over here is that, again, we have the same setup. However, the curtain is feminine in Italian. And because it is feminine, it is shown as pink. So again, masculine nouns are blue, feminine nouns are pink. Now let's do one more. The family photo is in an old frame, a frame.
La foto di famiglia è in una vecchia cornice. La cornice, una cornice. Le cornici.
Perfect. Now that was the first card type. And in the first card type, you see a blank area, and you have to know what goes inside the blank area. Now this is the second card type. Again, it's the same sentence that we've seen before, but now we have to type in the correct answer. So the second card type is a typing exercise. And this tests whether you can spell vocabulary correctly. So let's try and see what happens. I spelled it, and let's see what happens if we spell a word correctly.
Il soffitto della mia stanza è dipinto di blu. Il soffitto, un soffitto. I soffitti.
Great. Now, if you answer correctly, your answer will be in green. And this is Anki's way of showing you that you answered correctly. However, what happens if you answered incorrectly?
Io uso un panno di microfibre per pulire lo schermo del computer. Il panno, un panno. I panni.
Great. Now, the A we had incorrectly, and the B and A over here had incorrectly as well. So Anki shows you what you had incorrectly in red, and over here in gray is what should have been different. So Anki shows you what you had correct and what you had incorrect, and how you should change it from incorrect to correct, of course. And if I were to continue, you do more exercises when it comes to typing. Now that was the nouns deck. I'd like to go to chapter 5, adjectives. I'll click on study now. The candidate's academic record is impressive. Academic. How do we say that?
Il record accademico del candidato è impressionante. Accademico, accademica. Accademici, accademiche.
Now, again, we have the same setup, sentence, singular, plural. However, adjectives in the Italian language are gendered. So masculine, feminine, masculine, feminine. Now, this is different from English and perhaps some other languages you may know. So when it comes to learning the Italian language or any Romance language, gender is incredibly important, and adjectives are gendered as well. So you can see them in all different versions. However, because you see them in all different versions, you can learn them as well, which is really good for you if you want to learn the Italian language. So bam, you have everything you need when it comes to learning adjectives. Let's do another one. Mark attends an advanced course of Italian. Advanced.
Mark frequenta un corso avanzato di italiano. Avanzato, avanzata. Avanzati, avanzate.
And again, we have the gender and plural version, different gender, different plural versions of adjectives. Singular area, plural area, masculine, feminine, masculine, feminine. Let's do one more. He's aged a lot in the past year. Aged.
Lui è invecchiato molto nello scorso anno. Invecchiato, invecchiata. Invecchiati, invecchiate.
Perfect. Alcoholic beverages are not served to minors. Alcoholic.
Non si servono bevande alcoliche ai minorenni. Alcolico, alcolica. Alcolici, alcoliche.
Great. And this is what I want to show you for adjectives. And if I were to continue long enough, I would end up with the typing exercises. Final deck, chapter 3 verbs. I can't access the internet from this location. Access. And please note how it's a full verb.
Non riesco ad accedere a internet da questo posto. Accedere.
Now, what's interesting about all verbs exercise that you will do is that all the verbs are in the infinitive form. Why is this? Once you know the infinitive form, you can easily conjugate it to different tenses, different forms, and of course, subject pronouns happen as well. Where is the verb in a sentence? So everything you learn when it comes to verbs is always in full verb, in the infinitive verb. So over here we have the sentence area, and over here we have the verb area in the infinitive form. You have to admire some people's strength and determination.
Devi ammirare la forza e la determinazione di alcune persone. Ammirare.
Great. To admire. So again, we see a sentence, we see a full verb, and IPA, translation, audio. Let's do one more. My friend had to admit that she was wrong. To admit.
La mia amica ha dovuto ammettere che aveva torto. Ammettere.
Great. Now, those were the decks that I wanted to show you. I'd like to go to my third point, which is to show you some brief editing options. Now, the one thing that I really want to show you that's really important is how to regulate how many cards you see per day. Now, you will see new cards per day and you will see reviews a day. New card is essentially a new card, so you've never seen it before, but a review is one that you've seen before. A review, so to say. Now, you can change them from 20 to 50, for example, and you can change them over here from 20 to 50 as well. You can click on save, and you've increased the amount of new cards and reviews that you have seen or that you will see. And we can decrease them again, and we can decrease them again to have lower card amounts. Now, what is most important is that you do a number that is doable and realistic for you. And in most cases, this means doing a lower amount rather than a higher amount. Language learning is all about creating a habit, forming one, and learning language consistently. And a lower amount will help you doing that, to do that. And of course, later on, you can increase it, but when you start, having a low number is really essential. Now, that is what I want to show you in the Italian B1 vocabulary Anki deck. You can get the Anki deck from languageatlas.com. I will share all the links with you in the comment section and description. Thank you very much for watching, and I wish you the best of luck when it comes to learning the Italian language. And of course, I wish you a very good day. Goodbye.